Yo,
Yo, what's good, Brad?
what up? What up? So I'm gonna explain what it is for the first video. So you'll just hear me talking, and I'll kind of explain it because I don't think some people know what we're doing. All right, so
Sounds good.
this is what we're doing. Every stream, I'm gonna get one person from the chat to come in here, ask me 5 to 10 questions, and I'm gonna upload it on my channel every day. And I'm sort of doing it as kind of like not. I don't know what the word is for it, but basically what we're doing is like in 50 years, I want to be able to look back on this and see it, or like if I have kids in the future, or you know, if I meet a girl in like 6 years, how I was when I was 24. You know, I should have been doing this when I was like 12, but that's what we're starting it now. So basically, someone from the chat is going to be coming to the Discord, having a chat with me. Don't know how long it's going to be, 5 to 10 questions, and then we'll get on with it, okay? So, you said you got your questions ready?
Yeah, I got 10 written down right in front of me.
Okay, hit me.
All right, we're going to start off easy. What is your full name?
Oh, my full name. Jeez, no one's really asked me this one. This is extra. All right. Everybody knows me as Brad, but my real name is Bradley. My middle name is Shane, named after my dad, and my last name is Hicks, so Bradley Shane Hicks.
Okay, I like it.
Yeah, all the girls like it too, but no one ever calls me Bradley. The only people who call me Bradley is my grandmother and my cousin Jackie. I have some girls who are friends that call me Bradley, and I have no idea why. And my buddy Reed, he calls me Bradley as well, but it's literally like less than 5 people.
Yeah.
Your
mom don't call you Bradley when she gets mad at you?
No, my mom does. Well, see, when I was younger, she did, but it was always, you know how like when you're young they always say your first and middle name, it's always like, you know, whatever. My mom always be like, Bradley Shane. So I mean, I see my mom probably like once a month maybe, but usually she's just like, hey Brad. That's usually how it is. All right, hit me with the next one.
Okay, what is your worst injury you have ever had?
Worst injury? Oh my gosh, I wish I could show it on stream. I might be able to. Let me throw some shorts on real quick, and I'll try to show it on the stream.
Oh goodness, y'all ready for this? Brad's taking his pants off for us boys.
I'm taking my pants off right now. All right, so let's see if I can get the shot in. It's crazy because let's see if it focuses. It's on my leg, and if I sit it like this, can you guys see like a little indentation right there? There's an indentation right there. You can kind of see like the little shadow, but there's an indentation on my leg. You can literally rub your leg over rub your finger over it, and you can feel the indentation. When I was young, during the summers, all the neighborhood kids, I had in my backyard basically was like 3 football fields, and then like at the end of it there was the city park. And what we would do is during the summer we would pitch a tent. We had like a basketball court and everything in my backyard, so we would pitch a tent, set a fire, you know, just mess around until probably like 2 o'clock in the morning, and we would get tennis balls split into teams. One team would go and hide in the park. The other team would sit there, and then once everybody was hiding in the park, I mean, you could hide anywhere, like on buildings, in the like playground, in trees, like under the bridges. Like it's a pretty big park, but we limited like the space. Anyways, so the goal was for the hiding team to make it back to the tent. If half the team made it back, they got to hide again. I was hiding in a tree, and they have these like little small little like shit houses or outhouses where they have like power generators in it for the park. And around it is there's like small parking lots around it, and around it is like these little wood things for parking to show the parking spaces, and they have like these like inch wires, like wrapped wires on it. And so one time you have to run through this certain tree, like there's a driveway, you had to run through there. You couldn't like run up the street and cut through yards and stuff. You had to run through there so people would see you. These guys, I was hiding in a tree, and I'm probably sure, I think I was like 13 at the time, and I was running. They all passed me. Me and my homie were hiding in like trees right next to each other. They passed us. They're like 50 yards behind us. and my buddy broke a branch getting out of the tree, and they both the whole team turned around and was like trying to chase after us. So I dead sprint towards this outhouse, and I run like no shit. It's literally like right above your knee. I full on just sprint right into this wire, takes my feet from out under me. I end up doing a front flip and landing on my back, and I got tagged out, but like I couldn't feel my leg. I thought I broke my leg. I had to hop that whole 300 yards back to my house on one foot, and it was like 4 o'clock in the morning. I woke my dad up and I was like, dude, I think I broke my leg. And he looks at it. He goes, can you walk on it? And I stood on it. He goes, you didn't break your leg. Take some Advil and go to bed. So that's what my dad said. And I mean, I still have the indentation, and it happened like 10 years ago. So it's been a while, but yeah, I definitely screwed that muscle up. So that's probably the worst injury that I've ever had. Or
that's pretty crazy.
That I remember when I was really young, my dad used to play softball all the time. And so we'd go to the softball fields late at night. It was like Thursday or Friday nights. And I'd play with the other kids whose dads were playing softball. And they have like these bleachers that like have 10 rows up. And for some reason, this kid, I still know him to the day. I played soccer in high school with him. He dropped the cinder. I was on the back side of the bleachers, just dicking around. He dropped a cinder block off of it, and it landed on top of my head, and it cracked my head open.
Jesus, that could have killed you.
It could have killed me. My mom told me about the story because I don't really remember it that much, but I had to run all the way. So that happened to like third base. She was sitting at first base. So by the time I got to, like, she heard me crying, and so she kind of like started walking over there. By the time I got to home plate, she said I ran around the home plate fence, and I had blood running down my face. And so they had to call 911, and they came back and they glued my head back together, and I was fine. I didn't have to go to the hospital or anything.
Wow. Yeah. That's pretty bad.
So those are probably 2 worst injuries I've ever had in my life.
Okay, number 3.
Okay.
What is your worst drinking experience?
Oh, jeez. This one's gonna take a second because I've had a lot, to be honest. I didn't start heavy drinking probably until I was like 22. That's when I just started going like super rage party. Yep. Let's think. I've blacked out many times. The worst time I think is when I chugged. I was sipping on a bottle. It was a pint of Ciroc, and I ended up chugging that. Blacked out about an hour later, and Jared my buddy I live with, had to carry me back to my dad's house, and he was telling me that he had to like take my pants and shirt off because I couldn't even function. That was one of them. I guess I've never been in trouble with the law of drinking, like the worst I've gotten is a speeding ticket, right? And so I've never had been to jail or anything like that. But not this St. Patrick's Day, but last St. Patrick's Day in 2017, I lived in Michigan, and a bunch of my friends invited me to go up to a St. Patrick's Day party, and we got there at 10 o'clock, and I was slaughtered drunk at noon. And that whole day, I don't remember anything. I ended up losing my phone that day, and that was a pretty bad day.
I think my worst experience would definitely have to be shotgunning 2 Four Locos back to back.
Oh, that's a horrible idea.
Yeah. After that, rest of the night from like 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. Don't remember it.
Yeah, whenever you drink Four Locos, you already know that you're gonna have a bad night. Like, you might have a good night, but you know it's gonna end very badly.
Yeah, you're definitely anticipating a blackout.
Facts.
Okay, let's see here. Do an easy one. Do you prefer boxers or briefs?
Briefs.
Briefs.
I like the longer briefs. I don't like the short ones that like ride up really easily. But I don't like the feeling of like free balling.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
I even like when I used to wear boxers in high school, and the weird thing is like when I would like wear spandex briefs to play sports, and I would put the spandex briefs over my boxers.
That just sounds uncomfortable.
I don't know why I did it. Like, I'm looking at myself today like, why did you do that? But 100% briefs, 100%.
All right. Okay. What is your weirdest fetish / pet peeve?
My weirdest fetish
/ pet peeve, like something that's like you're quirky about that like people think's weird, like putting ketchup on your eggs or something like that.
I'm a freak about hot sauce.
Hot sauce? Oh yeah,
big
you are
freak.
one of the hot ones, the guys.
I'm not a big hot person. Like the hottest wing that I've probably tried is like the wings, etc. But it was weak. It was just spicy. But I eat hot sauce on my pizza, on my eggs, like anything that sounds like any breakfast, 100% hot sauce. Not like on my pancakes or bacon, but like sausage and like potatoes or scrambled eggs or hash browns, hot sauce.
All right, I think I'm cool with that.
And you gotta have Frank's. Frank's is the best hot sauce. Any other stuff, get it out of my face.
I'm more of a red hot kind of guy, personally.
Frank's has got that. It's got that twang, but the taste is there.
Yeah, it's not just straight hot. It's got the nice season to it. Okay. All right. What are we on? Like number 5 right now?
I'm not sure.
All right.
Let's keep going.
What is the most awkward family moment that you have had?
Most awkward family moment that I've ever had. There's 3 that come to mind, honestly.
Okay.
Probably 5 years ago, my family got a huge. We always go to my grandmother's for lunch Christmas Day, like on Christmas. And when I was there, my aunt, my uncle, my cousin, and then my grandma and grandpa, me and my mom and my dad, we all go there. And my uncle and my grandpa got in a huge fight. And like a huge fight because he spanked my cousin, and they got in a huge fight, and they end up quit talking to them for like 8 months.
8 months. You see that exact same thing, pretty much the exact same thing has happened to me with my sister and my grandma.
Really?
Yeah.
That's one of them. And then the other 2 were like, I was really young, I was like 12. My dad left us for a little bit because my family was having issues, but then I'd say the Christmas one was awkward, and then when my parents actually split up like a couple years ago, that was awkward for a little bit, but then I was just like, it's whatever.
Yeah, the same thing. Time heals all.
Right. I was old enough to where I was like mentally strong enough to be like, you know what, like I'm a man now. So I was like 19 or something when it happened. So I was in college, and like I was like, yeah, I have plenty of stuff to kill time and take my mind off of it. So that was like that happened right before phase 5 is when my parents split up right before phase 5.
Good old phase 5.
Yeah. So you can tell, like, you couldn't tell in my videos at all because I was just so distracted by trying to make videos and upload and get in phase that it just didn't even phase me, honestly.
Yeah, I got you. Okay, let's see here. All right. When did you lose your virginity?
I didn't lose my virginity till I was 18.
Okay, respectable.
And I wouldn't call it a serious relationship because it was a big old joke. I could tell some stories on it, and it's like I have hella stories about it. It's actually like I like look at them now, they're funny, but I lost my virginity when I was 18 to probably it's my longest relationship that I've had now. I haven't dated a lot of girls just because I don't really have time. When I was in high school, I was playing 3 sports during school, and then I was traveling soccer until I was a senior in high school, so I was always busy. And then after I graduated high school, that's when I got a girlfriend, and yeah, that's when it happened.
18. All right, I like that. Okay, what is your favorite thing to do in your free time besides any Fortnite related event?
So when I'm not streaming, I do enjoy making music genuinely, like, I do enjoy it because, like, sometimes, like, I got a lot of shit on my mind and I just make it, but I don't like usually finish a song right off the rip. But I when I moved to where I'm at now, I've got a weird obsession with Gordon Ramsay videos and live PD videos. So I usually, if I'm not streaming and I'm not at work and we're just chilling at my house, I'm definitely watching some of those, or Wild 'N Out videos. Definitely watching some of those too. But other than that, partying. I like partying. So that's what.
You know, I just found out that live PD was like actually live on Fridays.
It's actually like legit live?
Like legit, they have a big server room set up where they run from the different officers' perspectives on Friday and Saturday nights. There's actually, when you're watching it, it's live.
Of course, the 2 days that I stream the longest.
Yeah.
No, I've literally, like, if you type in live PD on YouTube and you look at all the videos, I guarantee I've watched all of them. Sometimes I find myself like even on work days, 1 o'clock in the morning watching live PD. So yeah, that's what I usually do to kill time.
All right, I think I got 2 left for you. Let's see here.
Okay.
All right. Besides yourself, who is your favorite Fortnite streamer to watch?
Oh, this is a good question. I can tell. I usually, so I have a ritual now. I usually go by and say what's up to all these people when I go. I always say what up to Spaceline. I always say what up to Replays. And then I usually like watching the 2 that I can like sit there and genuinely watch is Symphony and Hamlin's. 100%.
Now, to me, Symphony is like a baby Tfue. I swear they sound exactly the same.
They are. I like watching Tfue too, but like they play together a lot, and I'm always watching Symphony's perspective just because like this like they're both definitely better players than I do, but I feel like I learn more from watching Symphony than I watch Tfue because he's just so casual with it. Symphony kind of does some extra stuff, and you kind of learn like. If I want to learn smart plays, I watch Tfue, but if I want to get jiggy with it, I watch Symphony. He's a good guy. And then Hamlin's is just hilarious to watch, and I think Hamlin's is the best Fortnite player. So, like, when you're... when you know, he's super slept on. You never hear anybody saying Hamlin's is the best player just because he doesn't compete in skirmishes, but...
Yeah,
if you
he's definitely top 3.
If you watch him, I mean, so, like, he's just so crisp with what he does.
Yeah, I don't see him mess up a lot when he builds. He's definitely pretty clean with what he does.
Yeah, so those are the guys that I enjoy watching.
All right. Okay. Final question.
Okay.
End of the video. Let's close it out. What is the most trouble you have been in your life?
The most trouble I've been in.
Doesn't have to be law. Maybe just like you got grounded for 6 months. You know, you stole a bottle of vodka from your dad. You know what's up with it. With the law, I know that with the law, there's 2 experiences, and there's 2 experiences with my parents. I'll go ahead and say them all. With the law, I was hanging out with a bunch of buddies. Had 6 people in my car. I drove a Chrysler 300M, and it was like a 2000 Chrysler 300M, so you could only fit 5 people total in it. I had 6 people. And we were at McDonald's, and we ended up ditching one of our friends, just like jokingly, and he chased us down the highway, and then we went to a different restaurant, and we were driving circles around the restaurant, and a cop pulls up, and we ditched his basketball, and I left. I ended up running for like a half a mile from the cops. And I don't think my dad knows that, but I got a ticket. He told me he wanted to take me to jail, but he was like, "You're 16. This is your first offense. You just need to learn." I was like, "Dude, I was just nervous, honestly." And so yeah, that happened. When I got swatted, that was an experience I'll never forget ever. I was treated like a criminal, honestly. They you know, I was definitely like, if I would have done anything wrong, I was definitely getting shot because 5 feet away, this guy had a 12 gauge shotgun aimed at me. So were you streaming at the time?
I was not. I was actually just recording
I was just casually just playing. We were trick shotting on BO2, and that's when it happened. And when they arrested me, I had 3 guys jump on me. You know how they arrest people on live PD, right?
Yeah.
Like, a guy jumped on me from the front, put his knee on the back of my head. 2 guys jumped on me and put their knees in my back, and I'm young, I'm like 19, and they cuffed me. And another guy was holding my feet from the back, so I had 4 officers on me, and then they had me lay on the ground until my dad got there. And my dad was actually friends with the guy who was holding the shotgun, and he was like, "Humphreys, what the hell are you doing?" And they're picking me up off the ground, and my dad's like cleaning grass off my face. So with the law, that's probably the worst trouble that I've ever been in, even though I just got detained. But
did they tell you what someone claimed you did?
Yes. The first time I got swatted, it was that I shot both of my parents in the head with an AR, and that I was trying to escape, and if anybody came, I was going to shoot them. That was what the first one was.
Wow.
The second one was I shot my dad in the head with an AR, and I had my mom hostage, and I had explosives. That was the second time.
All right, when you hear that, you can definitely see why the police acted that way.
Yeah, and here's the freaky part was my parents were split the first time, so my dad wasn't there. So, my neighbor called me. He's like, "Hey, Brad, there's like 8 cop cars outside your house. Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm just upstairs playing video games." He's like, "I'd go check it out." And I woke my mom up, and I'm like, "Mom, I didn't do anything wrong, but there's a bunch of cops outside." I didn't realize I was getting swatted at the time, so she got out of bed. They knocked on the door, and I walked outside, and then they asked my mom to step out, and there was like, "Is anybody else in the house?" Well, they said that I shot both my parents in the head with an AR. They couldn't find my dad, so they were freaking out big time. And my mom was on the phone. My dad's like, "You need to come over here because they're like looking for you. They think Brad killed you." so yeah, it was kind of freaky. But as far as with the law, that's probably the worst. I can specifically remember the map. This is with my parents. The map, the game, what exactly happened. My dad usually got home around like 6 o'clock from work, and I was always, and he showered. I have like my room, and then there's another room, and that room has a bathroom that connects to it. He always showered in that bathroom, and I had my door wide open. I'm playing Michael Myers on COD 4 Crossfire right now.
Good old days.
And so Michael's coming, and we have like 20 guys where I'm at, and one guy's blocking the doorway, and I literally just said, "Hey, get the fuck out of my way." As soon as I said, "Hey," my dad is literally stepping out of the bathroom. I'm 14 years old. I have Turtle Beach headset. It's like X4s or something. I can't remember. X40s, that's what they were. Mm-hmm. He steps out of the bathroom, and I said, "Hey, dude, get the f out of the way." And literally all I heard was boom, 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 boom. And then he hammer fisted me in my head and broke the top of my headset to where they weren't able to. I wasn't able to use them anymore. And he goes, "What did you say?" And I said, "Get the freak out of my way." And he picked me up by my shirt, and he brought me downstairs, and he threw me on the couch, and he goes, "Tell your mom what you just said." And I go, "I was playing Call of Duty. I told the guy to get the freak out of my way." And he just smacks me across the face, and he's like, "Don't lie to your mom." And I told the guy to get the fuck out of my way. And she just looks at me, and your dad's like, he's like, "You're done with the game tonight." And that's that. I got grounded for a little bit from that one. And then the other one was probably when I failed algebra my freshman year. That was a bad one. Because like I said, my dad gets home late. I got the report card, and I was determining whether I just should destroy it or not. But I knew one way or another he was going to find out that the grades came out, and he wanted to see them. And so I was just like, this might be easier. I might just tell him now because he's on his way home from work. He might be less mad when he gets home. I was wrong. He was pissed. I mean, he was like, everything that you have, like your Xbox, all that is gone until you get a C. And I passed like 4 tests in a row, like back to back to back. So I was grinding for like 2 months off my Xbox, and I got it back because I got a C. But that's probably the worst. I know it sounds stupid because like that's so white boy shit,
Yeah, but honestly, I can't think about not having my console for 2 months right now. I've been struggling with it for 3 days. So.
Yeah, it was rough, man. But the thing was, I was in sports at the time, so it was like one of those things where I didn't really. I would go. By the time I got home, it was 7. I ate supper. I studied a little bit. Went to bed. It was like one of those things, and I was a freshman, so a couple of my friends actually had cars, so I was able to go out with them too. So that's what killed my time.
All right, that's pretty chill.
So is this stream getting to know Brad? Can I come in and ask some questions here?
You can ask by the way, you can ask questions next episode, because this is the end of the first episode. I gotta say thank you to Destin for asking the questions. We're gonna be doing this like every stream, so you'll get your chance, brother. Okay. I mean, we have 12 people in right here, so next week I'm not gonna have anybody. We might have to have a returning guest. You know what I'm saying? But yeah,
you could have me.
You never. I mean, we might have you tomorrow. You never know.
Oh, okay. All right. Bye.
Bye. All right, Destin. I appreciate it, man.
All right. Anytime, brother.
All right. Yo, I'll talk to you later, man.
See you, bro.
All right. See ya. All right, guys. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you drop a like. We're going to be doing these all the time. If you guys want an opportunity to do this, oh my gosh. Now, you know what I just realized? That I've been looking at... Okay, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. But if you guys want to do this, I stream every night on Twitch. Link will be in the description. Make sure you come if you want to ask questions. I'll be choosing someone out of the chat. So, thank you guys for watching. And it's been your boy, BLS. Not B, is he? BLS. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.